You guys, it's Charlie, and we got Rock Butcher
Hey,
joining
you
us
guys.
tonight. We got some awesome people in chat. We got Joseph Knowlton, liked and shared. David Vil- Villa
Via.
Villa. I always mess it up. Mr. Goldpan and Dutchy, how you doing, Jocko? And we got Whipple Creek Racing. How you doing, Remy?
DB.
What's up, DB? How you doing? So yeah, if I can figure out this insurance stuff, we're heading out what Saturday.
Yeah, come down, get you Saturday. I don't know what the plan should be because it's 8 hours from my place to yours. And by the time I get there, I'm probably going to be, 3/4 spent. I mean, I don't know if I suppose I could grab a motel room for the night or something, and
Yeah, there's one like a couple blocks
we
away.
could go crack a dawn the next morning or something like that. And
Or my wife works at one, so she might be able to hook you up with a deal. It's only like 17 miles away from here,
yeah.
but it's nicer than the ones that are here. It comes
Oh,
with
okay.
continental breakfast and stuff like that. And
Well, I think yeah, if we're gonna go early, so it'll be too early for continental breakfast. But
okay, but I'm just letting
yeah,
you
but
know.
that's yeah, no, that'd be cool.
Could probably hook you up with a cheaper rate too because she
Yeah,
gets discount and stuff.
What's
What's
up,
up, Remy?
fellas?
Remy, hi.
Good
Brad
afternoon.
Welch, hello.
Have you
Good
trimmed
day,
your
mate.
beard? You appear to have trimmed your beard.
Well, if I was upside down, it would have been my beard.
I don't
It's
know.
still there. Black
It
shirts
looks a little
hiding it.
more tight. That's all. Maybe you brushed it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I lifted the hairline a little.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
He
My
lowered his
daughter, my
ears.
daughter took me down closer to the woods since the last time you've seen me. I don't know if you noticed that.
Us older guys, it just falls out. So
That's,
I'm used to it falling out.
yeah.
I don't pin that on nobody because I'm
No,
ashamed of it myself.
no, it's all good.
That's why we go with the shorter look. It looks better
That's
anyway.
that's right. Yeah.
Used to be like a
Otherwise,
chia pet.
otherwise we start getting that circus clown look, and the music starts to play every time we get out of a vehicle. Dee, 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 you know.
Yep. Used to be like a chia pet. This head used to get full of hair quick.
I know. I used to have an
Yeah, mine
afro.
too.
I mean, it's hard to believe, but if you go back and look at some of those photos of me on Facebook from like
Mhm.
back in the day, I
Yeah.
had full on afro, like
Oh,
curly
dude.
hair.
Mine was down to here, bro. I had dreadlocks like 3 times. Yeah, dude. I was a bit upset when it started making an island. Yeah, I got
What?
Madagascar right here if I let it grow. So,
Yeah.
and Africa's right next door right here. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I called it the Friar Tuck look, where everything on the back here was bald, but you still had a tuft right here in the front. It's from wearing the fitted caps and that being the only part that can stick out yet.
Stacy,
Yeah.
is that a comb over or there ain't no way you kept all of that long.
He's doing a Donald Trump there with the.
It's easy to get away with stuff on camera, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Joseph says he's got a full head and beard.
Well,
you
my
go.
head's still here.
Yeah, my head's still here too.
It's
Yeah,
still full of crap.
I just wish that the speed at which it grows out of my ears, I just wish it would grow on the top of my head, and then
Oh,
everything would be good, right?
I'm lucky I don't have that.
Yeah,
My
my
ears
beard.
look like a
Holy
scene
jumping.
from Jumanji half the
Yeah,
time, so and grow so
yeah.
fast that even trimming it, you can't keep up half the time.
I put the shaving thing back to the army days. Like when I joined on my 17th birthday, and they make you shave every single morning. Even if you don't have to
Yeah, I
shave,
had a
you still got to
yeah,
stand there and shave, because if you don't, if you didn't have to shave, that would give you an advantage in time over the guys who do have to shave in making your bed and doing all that kind of stuff. And so everybody had to stand and scrape the razor on their face and everything like that. And I blame the army for that because now I could shave twice a day, and I'll shave in the morning, and then when I want to take my wife out for supper, I got to shave again before I go, and otherwise I look like a scrub. So
Yeah, but Jim, up in Canada, there you kind of need the beard,
406
like
said
beard
full
for
head, like,
the insulation during the winter, though.
that's
So
it. But she won't let me grow it all the way around. I kind of like it all the way around, and not like
keep
long,
your
like
face on.
you guys and that sort of thing, but just like around and well trimmed and that kind of thing. I like it, but she says
if
it
I
makes me
actually
look like
brushed,
Santa.
if I actually brushed mine out, Jim, it would be a lot longer. But mine just like sucks up tight all the time.
Yeah,
It's that curly and tight.
yeah.
If I had to brush it out, it would probably be about like another 4 to 5 inches longer.
It's
Are
the
you
South
getting glitchy
African
over there?
in you.
What's up, Diver Scuba Steve? Willie me, hello. But yeah, it's been pretty cool. Like I'm going down and gonna be doing this with Rock Butcher, and then in about 4 or 5 weeks, I'll be flying out to Maine and looking at some framing contracts and stuff like that out there with one of my buddies that I know there. So I might be traveling back and forth
That's
for
close
that for a
by.
while too. So
Hey, while I'm here and while I'm thinking about it, because I'm not going to be thinking about it over the next couple of days while we're driving and everything else. Jacko, you're here. You asked me that question about the ones I remember were called Bee brand, BEE, like bumblebee, honeybee, But I was doing some research after he asked me the question because he wants to send me a box of cigars or cigarillos from Netherlands, and the rules have changed in Canada. Flavored cigars and cigarillos are no longer legal in Canada. You cannot trade them. You cannot send them. Yeah, believe it or not.
Democrats
So
taking over
now,
you guys.
which to me, to tell you the truth, is fine because like I've tried some of the flavored ones, and me, I'm a purist. Like I like the tobacco. I like the plain flavor. That's what I like.
Well, listen, if
And
they're going to take one thing away, they're not going to be biased against the non-flavored tobacco.
yeah, yeah. So
well,
at any rate,
Remy,
Jacko,
they just passed like here in the United States in like a couple months. They're going to be outlawing all production of menthol cigarettes and stuff like that. No flavored cigarettes will be produced. It'll all be full flavor cigarettes.
If I want to
Wow.
give myself cancer, I'm the man to make the decision. Not them, not
Precisely.
you, not you.
Yeah,
Nobody.
you already paid your taxes
Yeah,
when you bought the product.
yeah. I paid sin tax
But
for
we
that.
also
That's
pay
my
taxes
deal.
when we
Take
earn the money that
That
we
tax money, yeah, and that tax money
paid for
can go into the
those
health
cigarettes that
system.
we paid the taxes
So
on, and
Oh,
we had to pay taxes on the road that we drove to go to the place. That
that's right.
the way I
Anyway,
see it too.
anyway, Jacko.
The way I
Long,
see it though is
long
I'm
story
old
short,
school. Do
yeah.
your flavor. You know what I
Well,
mean? You smoke.
long story
you
short,
drink,
Jacko, you
whatever.
pick
Do
something
your thing. Keep it over
and
there.
send it to me. Just make sure it's
if
not
I don't do
flavored.
it at my place, just do it over there. I don't want it at my place, but I'm not going to hate somebody for it.
Hope you didn't have to hear that.
nope.
Taxation is
DB,
theft.
don't get me going.
Oh yeah,
DB,
DB,
don't get me
DB,
going.
come to Canada.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. For all
They're
you
up there,
Americans
too.
who think
Democrats
healthcare is free up
go
here in
too.
Canada, you should come pay my tax bill.
Yeah.
It ain't free, let me tell you.
No, it's not. I can tell you what, though, for the people who do need it in a needy situation, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are the only place that I've heard of that's like that. But there are people that are going to use the dang system.
Yeah, they'll treat you first. And I remember there was some Marines came across. We were up in Canadian Forces Base Kingston, and some Marines came across from Fort Drum, which was just across the river, the St. Lawrence River, the north end of Lake Superior there. And they would come over to Canada because they could drink when they're 19, and in the States they can't drink till they're 21. And a bunch of them came across with their sergeant, and we were having a stag party at the armories for one of our sergeants, and we happened to bump into each other out on the street, and that was it. The Marines were in, and they were all drinking, cheap Canadian Army beer and stuff like that. Well, one of them decided to climb over the vehicle compound fence to go in and look at all the trucks and stuff in the back of the yard, and he cut his arm up from the elbow.
You guys still got that?
All the way to his wrist. He had cuts from the razor wire going across this fence, and like right down to the muscle, man. It was wicked. And we just grabbed this kid, and right down the way, like 2 blocks away is the hospital, and we brought him in there and we got him stitched up. And the sergeant said to me, he said, that's the cool thing about Canada. He says, your hospitals, they'll treat you first and then ask you about how you're going to pay for it later. And they stitched the kid up, patched them all up. Sergeant gave the hospital the kid's details, where he was stationed, everything else, and God knows if I'm sure they got in touch with the base, whether the kid ever paid his bills or not. I'm sure he probably did, but it was like in and out, and it took an hour and a half, so it was quick.
This thing's skipping on everybody's side, or is it just my end?
It's not skipping on my end. Everything's running smooth here.
Yeah, no, pretty smooth.
Well, they're watching me.
Come on, DB, you don't really mean that. You just mean fuck Trudeau, not Canada. Got to get it right. He's the number one problem here right now.
Basically, it's basically F anybody that's going to try and take freedom away.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, try and enslave your children and their children. It might not matter to you because it's not right in front of your face, but believe me, it'll happen. And if you don't do something about it, your kids and their kids will have to deal with the aftermath. Yep.
406 saying $500 million to company for IT, and they said they have never done IT for guys in a house basement. Now fast growing IT company. Well, he's probably related to the people that run the company, buddy. That's how the liberals work.
Oh, they're dealing with China.
Our liberals are like your Democrats. It's like, what's in it for me?
They're just gonna. Well, they're basically the same here.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me at all, Stacy. I wish they give $4 billion to help Canadian veterans of Afghanistan.
$4 billion. That's
homeless.
It? $4
billion, I think. Is that what he said? Oh, $500 million. He gave $500 million. Well,
let me just put it this way.
That'd be a good start.
You should check the prices that the United States just went and sent over to Ukraine. 2 payments. And boy, did Biden rush at nighttime to make sure something happened.
But that's different, because that's not cash sitting on a pallet, getting on an airplane, going to a country.
It's our cash coming out of our pockets. So as citizens,
it's replacing old equipment that you have in stock, building new equipment for your military So it's that money it's being misrepresented the way they say it in the media. That's going into rebuilding new military stock for your army. It's creating American jobs. The amount of money that actually goes overseas, I've been following this pretty closely, and out of the U.S. is like less than 5% of it is actually cash.
I don't mean to sound stereotypical or anything, but where do you get your information from? First, let's figure out where the information comes from.
The Institute for the Study of War, RUSI. I'm not mainstream. I'm not mainstream media guy.
But I'm saying, who runs those companies?
Those are independent, long-standing, non-political companies, and they write it down. RUSI. ISW. RUSI is the. I can't remember what RUSI stands for. RUSI. And ISW. Yeah. The Europeans are doing more in terms of sending cash, which is designed to help the Ukrainian economy. But
screw their
it's not.
I'll just put it out there. Screw their economy. It doesn't matter. We're Americans. Their soil doesn't matter over here. Our soil is being invaded right now, and there's billions of dollars over there. Screw that.
Well, you just had a bill go through Congress that would have stopped everybody from coming in along the southern border, and it got turned down in the House of Republicans.
Any of our tax dollars going over there to Ukraine, and a lot of Americans don't freaking abide by that either. We don't agree.
Okay. Well, I just told you that your tax dollars aren't going over there, and you just had a bill go through the House of Representatives that would have stopped people from coming across the border, and your speaker shut it down.
What's going, David?
That's like who's controlling the shots, though. Because at the end of the day, we've got everybody pulled off. They're pulling people off from the voting because they're in the running. Like, I mean, come on, bud. If they, like we talked about this before, like me and you actually had this conversation. Like me and you actually had this conversation online or in the back screen before, because we were talking about what was it we were talking about? We were talking about how this country is not getting invaded and this, that, the other, but yet 2 weeks later it's all across the news. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, us as Americans, us true Americans don't want our money going outside of our country.
Yeah. And I'm telling you that money that you're talking about is not going outside of your country, but you just refuse
what I'm
to believe
saying
that.
is we went over this last time about the government not abiding by the rules. Even now, I'm going to specify exactly what you were talking about. You were talking about them not open firing or threatening to go and open fire against civilians. Now, we've already had this being on a tightrope right now. They're walking on eggshells between if this is going to pop off or not now. But just a couple of weeks ago, it was, they're not going to, but they don't care about the rules. That's what I'm saying. They're changing laws and stuff to benefit themselves and not the people, because they know their power is coming to an end. Their rules and laws don't matter. They're going to move them and do whatever they want to do to suit their plan and agenda. And it's unfortunate because everybody over here, like, I just went to Walmart the other day. I haven't been to Walmart in like probably 2-3 weeks. Went over to Walmart the other night. I mean, we're in Rutland, Vermont, in the middle of nowheres. The place was full of Spanish people, full of them. We're in the middle of East but nowheres. Like, dude, this place is loaded with Spanish people now, and they're not Hispanics from like Mexico or anybody from Dominican Republic or anything. Like, we're talking about foreigners, Venezuelans, and dude, they're all from all over the place, and they're not.
Yeah, they're shipping them. They're shipping them all over the place.
Burlington, just north of here, and it's like, unfortunately, like I wish I could listen to what you're saying, but they've showed me time and time again, and a lot of us Americans, they don't care about the rules, and they are going to manipulate and twist them to their will unless us people stand up against it.
Yeah, and I get it, man, and it's great that you say that. And I got to caveat this whole conversation for everybody else that's in the chat here from all over the world. Number one, I'm Canadian, so I have absolutely no right to broadcast my opinion, right? But number two, is if I were American, I would describe myself as a Reagan conservative. And
I would agree with that statement.
And that's precisely the way I've voted up here in Canada my whole life.
Yeah.
With one exception, but only because my local representative I felt was going to do a better job for our community than the other dude. And so, yeah, don't get me wrong. When I throw out these things and I, play devil's advocate. So, but enough of the politics, because we're not here for politics.
Yeah, please.
So I just want to clear that air.
Yeah, and
I'm maybe not quite as Republican as you are.
One of the things
but
that
I'm pretty
wanted to
fucking
state
close
on,
to it.
where like everybody's saying that all these immigrants are coming across and getting all these benefits and all this aid and all this other money and stuff. The only thing I got to say to that is where, because coming from a person who's an immigrant here and just recently got his paperwork and stuff sorted out.
Yeah.
I would have loved to know where these things were that worked that way, because I can tell you as a non-citizen of the United States, you do not qualify for any of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember the conversation Remy, that he brings that up, because that's when we were talking about my wife coming to Canada.
Yeah.
And that was that whole conversation. Yeah. And the struggles that we went through for 8 years.
Yeah.
And
I have no qualms with anybody coming here legal at all. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like
No,
we have to
that's
legally
the whole
go
thing.
anywhere else
Coming
too,
here
like us as
legally.
citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, you came here legally, Charlie, and you don't get the benefits that these freaking people are getting, and these guys are coming across illegally, and they're just getting given, like, literally the amount of food stamps compared to what they get, an average citizen, versus what an supposedly refugee is getting, is double. They're getting double the help as an American citizen.
Really?
For illegally crossing our border. Which is unfortunate and not right at all.
Yeah.
And it actually peeves me off, because people like you have came up here and tried to do it the right way and have to struggle just like all the rest of us do. And then these guys get to just have a free freaking plate handed to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Coming from a person who had to go through all that shit, it's frustrating.
What state are you in again, bud?
I'm in Wisconsin.
Yeah, so you're a bit north from all the bull crap still, and you're in the middle. So
wait till you get down to Arizona, Charlie.
He'll see it.
You'll see it.
You'll see it.
I see it every single day.
I'm in Vermont.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
There might be a few shorts where Charlie's spinning around in the circle, going bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
Bing, bing,
No,
bing,
it's only when
bing,
you're leaving. When you're leaving, you got to go through the little checkout and say, "Hey, I don't know. Don't worry, we're in a Canadian truck with Canadian plates," and it'll be like, "Yeah, okay, have a nice day." You know.
We didn't come from
These guys are white
Mexico.
like,
Yeah, we're not coming from Mexico. Exactly.
That's the guy's saying.
you guys are white like.
I'm a citizen.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it, actually.
Jeez.
I went through there.
Oh,
I went
man.
through there. Just
going
before
through
I
that.
came up here, I brought 2 loads before I came home. So about like the 26th or 27th of January, I brought home, or I brought up to Tucson 2 loads of samples. So I had all these rice bags all stacked up in the back of my truck, right? Two shipments, and 2 separate shipments. And I went through there, and they're like, "Have a nice day." And I'm like, "Okay, see you." And I thought for sure that, like, I'm coming up from, the south, and I got bags, white rice bags filled with stuff like this. And I figured for sure they're going to pull me over, and I'm going to have to explain, no, they're all core samples, guys. It's all rocks. Come on. you know, open up a couple of bags and take a look at them. And,
They're just
you
gonna
know,
look
it's
at
just-
it. What's
it's
this?
fucking rocks, you know.
I like
And
rocks.
here's my transmittals. I got them right here in the console of the truck. You know, I'm shipping them to the lab. And but no, they were like, no, go ahead, have a nice day.
They didn't even bat
Oh,
an
my
eye
gosh.
at it, huh? Jeez.
Rock
I
Butcher
couldn't-
driving across with 30 kilos in the.
I couldn't believe it.
Usually you
And
got
that was
something odd like
that was like
It's-
less. That was less than a week after they got some like 600 pounds of narcotics that were coming across on mules' backs,
Oh, yeah.
coming across the line down near Douglas. And it was like 150 pounds of fentanyl, enough fentanyl to kill New York City.
Good. They should.
And
Crazy.
they nabbed them, you know. And oh man, the Blackhawks were in the air. There was 2 A-10s, fucking warthogs. I don't know what they were gonna do, shoot people, but I suspect that what they actually had was they had the pods on the wings that were looking, you know, and looking for people on the ground. But it was what a bizarre time. Anyway, Charlie, you're gonna have fun when we're down there. That's for sure.
It's gonna be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Do you
T-Rex.
carry, Charlie?
What?
Do you carry?
I don't have one that I can legally carry. I don't have concealed
Okay,
carry.
then don't bring one if you're
No,
not
but
legally.
I will have a protective knife with me. So
Oh, that's fine. But no. Okay. If you're not legally licensed to carry, don't bring one.
no,
But,
like in Wisconsin,
All the rest of the guys down there are packing.
in Wisconsin, you can open carry without a
Mm-hmm.
permit.
Everybody
Concealed
down
carry,
there is
you have
packing.
to have a permit. But
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
here, you can open carry with no permit.
Yeah, everybody carrying down there, and shit can get real fast.
Yeah. The big deal is it's not so much the like if you get like a family that's coming across and they're just trying to, you know, find a better place to live, that's not an issue. But the big problem is if you encounter the drug mules, because they're under threat that if they don't get the drugs to where they're supposed to go, their entire family gets killed. And that's when you encounter problems,
Hostile situations.
you know. So
Yeah,
it's
especially being tight to the border down there.
yeah. Well, we're only like we're 5 miles from the border, so it
It
goes on.
You could spit on the border, bro. A person could walk from there. It ain't nothing.
I see the mountains across the border. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are right on top of the dang thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I see it every day down there.
What part did you go down to again?
It's just we're about 4 miles south of Tombstone, Arizona.
Okay. Yeah, my buddy's over there, and one of my followers, he's over there in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay. He's a little farther north.
Yeah, he's about 100 miles from Eagle Pass, and he sees all the bullshit that's happening at his front door in his town and everything. He's 100 miles from the border,
Yeah.
or 100 miles from Eagle Pass. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Sees it. That's why I called up.
Oh, what happened to him?
The money, you got money, yeah, and and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, look,
You froze there for a second.
I was- you know. What happened to who?
Anyway, yeah, no, all good. You're back now.
What the heck is going on with my connection?
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody open carrying in Arizona, but I mean, if they've got concealed carry, you would think that they would have open carry. But I guess the people down there just choose to carry concealed rather than open.
Because it's less of an issue, and I'll tell you why. If you don't see a gun, you don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
We here in Vermont have open carry and concealed carry rights with no
Mhm.
permit. So it's your choice to wear it open or to wear it concealed.
Mm-hmm.
The unfortunate thing about open carrying is you have a bunch of yuppies and snowflakes come over to Vermont that don't even live here.
I want to
don't
give
know
you
the
a hard
law,
time about it.
Be in like Walmart or something and they'll cause a big old brouhaha and call the cops and this, that, the other. You're open carrying a weapon, and then they come in with SWAT surrounding you like you're out there flinging thing around or something. And now you're looked at as a criminal and stuff and possibly getting locked up until stuff gets figured out.
Yeah.
And it's all because some person that doesn't live here came over here and started crap. And I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
So it's kind of safer to have it on you and not viewable. Then that way you know, hey, the protection's here if it's needed.
Yep. No,
fools out here see it. They don't need to know.
You said
it just kind of keeps things a little bit safer around here too, because you don't know who's got one and who does. You know what I mean?
I'll be back now.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
I hear
was
you.
answering
I hear you,
questions.
Dan. I know. Yep.
Yeah. At any rate, how's your painting going there, Travis?
Good.
I see some color finally in there.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, he's slipping some red and stuff in there.
Yeah. Orange, pinks, blues. It's all coming in now.
How long you been painting, dude?
Like in total, or just this painting?
No, like all together. When did you start painting?
Oh, December. Yeah, man.
Remy, these are all paint by
you're
number.
fresh starting, huh? Cool.
Oh, I'm fresh starting. Yeah.
These are all paint by number. But they turn out really awesome. Like if you've seen the Yoda he did.
Well, you still got to blend and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still got to blend and stuff, though.
Have you seen the Yoda? Oh,
he did good on that Yoda, but he had the blending and everything just right. It looked pretty slick.
That's wicked.
Yeah, there. See how nice that turned out, bro? That's what I'm saying. That's not just paint by number. He actually blended that in pretty good.
Yeah, right.
That's nice. Bro,
Sarah,
you could sell that out on the street over here if it wasn't like a copyright or trademark thing, you know?
Right? Yeah.
Dude, if you could do freehand stuff like that.
It's good.
No, I can't do freehand shit like that. Fuck.
Yeah, you can.
Hey, Travis, I just want to show you this one.
Oh, Grogu.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. See, it's not the same with that ugly shirt on it.
What the heck happened to the new season of freaking Mandalorian, guys? What the heck?
No way, man.
Dude, that thing fell through and they ain't done another one.
Travis is a Calgary Flames fan. Ooh, my daughter says, ooh, why?
Why is she a Leafs fan?
Because her dad is.
PA. I hear you.
Oh,
I hear you down there, PA.
Oh. So gross. I guess not
I was driving a couple months ago. I was driving through town, and there was somebody that had one of those little Grogu dolls on the grill of their pickup truck with one arm stuck out straight like this. Out in front.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, is that to, I don't know, are you just moving all the other vehicles out of the way, or what are you doing? You know?
Probably on the 401.
I thought that was the greatest thing.
Yeah. Probably trying to get some Jedi mind power with the 401, hey?
Well, no, we're up here in Thunder Bay. I mean,
Thunder Bay. I thought
it was probably just move over, salt truck. Let me get out of your way. But
yeah.
Could you imagine if that was on a snowplow though? That would be funnier. Force pushing the snow out of the way.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
awesome.
funny. That'd be funny. Yeah.
You'd have been better off cheering for the Winnipeg Jets or something.
Oh, come on. Gee whiz.
Just say it.
I've only been in Thunder Bay for about 10 years. Come on.
Oh, where were you before?
I was born in Cowshit Valley in Ottawa, the
Oh,
Ottawa Valley.
so why aren't you a Sens
He
fan?
says Cow Shit Valley. That sounds where I grew up.
Why am I not a Sens fan? Because the Sens did not exist when I was born in the Ottawa Valley.
Oh wow, really?
Ooh. Yeah, the Sens are a relatively recent addition to the National Hockey League, you know, and they're the ones that they were like when the Sens reappeared, because the Sens, for those of you who don't know, the Ottawa Senators were actually members of the National Hockey League back when it first started, and then they folded, and they were gone for like 100 years, and when they reemerged, they had a choice. They're like, okay, we have to pick between who is going to be our arch nemesis, the Montreal Canadiens, which is like a 2-hour drive that way, or the Toronto Maple Leafs, which is like a 3.5-hour drive that way. And then it was like, well, the Montreal Canadiens have won the most Stanley Cups ever. Stanley Cup is that's the big trophy for winning the league. The Toronto Maple Leafs have won the second most Stanley Cups ever. So yeah, those are our arch enemies. Those guys, you know, because they're
Dating
close.
back to the early
And so it was like so close. And the funniest part was now I'm not to give the Senators a bad rap, because a couple of years they did have a pretty good team, but for the most part of it, it was like, Leafs suck, Leafs suck, Leafs suck. Oh, we're going to kill the Leafs and everything. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are like, wait a sec. You guys are the guys that we see in the first round of the playoffs, and then we knock you out every year, right? You know, it's like, who are
And the
you?
Leafs get
You know?
knocked out in the next round.
Who are you? And yeah, and then the Leafs get knocked out in the next round. I'm not going to argue that point. But yeah, it was just like the Ottawa Senators versus the Toronto. It made me laugh so much. My brother is a bigger man than me. He's like close to Charlie's size. And he used to, if I lucked out and I was down visiting mom and dad in Ottawa, bringing the kids down to see grandma and grandpa, he worked for a software company that had season tickets to the Scotiabank place or whatever it's called. And even if the Leafs happened to be playing, and this happened twice, both him and I, he'd let me know beforehand, we're going to the Leafs game, so I'd bring my Leafs jersey. And the two of us would sit together in this crowd, and there'd be like this sea of red shirts all around us. And then there's these two enormous men wearing white and blue,
Yeah.
and cheering. And people would be like scowling at us, and it's like, oh, scowl all you want, you little pussy. Come on.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. Anyway, that just kills me. Yeah. I mean, 50% of the people in the crowd at Ottawa games are Toronto fans. And easy, you know. So it's funny.
You gotta have rivalries in hockey. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Us hockey guys are a little more serious.
What's that?
I said us hockey players are a little more serious about our sport.
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah. My face will show you proof.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Just saying, dude.
Yeah, those aren't real teeth. That's
No. You know, hey, look, I
that's
didn't just
thousands
like
of dollars
I
worth of
didn't start-
replacement.
I didn't just like brush my teeth bad and lose those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I have stains from coffee and cigarettes, but I mean, at the end of the day, like those didn't fall out from rot. So
No, that's right.
this one here, boy, we couldn't find half of it. We just like whatever, dude. We had to go pull the other piece out.
Yeah, too funny. Oh, time for another beer. I'll be right back.
It's always empty.
Yeah, the
problem
reason
with
why
these
there's
cans,
always
they
a
got
hole in the can.
see, there's a hole in it.
There's got to be another one on the bottom somewhere.
I don't know. I'll be right back.
See, the problem is once you crack a beer, it starts to evaporate.
Well, you're never
Well,
really buying it
well,
either.
you
They
gotta drink
kind of
fast.
fucking screw you over. They tell you you're buying it, but you're only renting the shit.
Right?
I mean, for real.
Isn't that the truth?
You're only renting it. You're not really buying it.
Yeah, I'm giving it back. Don't worry.
You know, hey, listen, I'm just giving it back.
It's just refiltered.
Let me use this corner over here.
Yeah. My parents always told me to recycle. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, double, triple,
Because I
triple
thought-
check this one. It's only got one hole right here.
He goes, I thought it was breaking noses and knocking out teeth that made it fun. Yeah, I agree. Except nowadays, you go look at the hockey teams, and it's like you got a bunch of little powder puff boys out there playing hockey. Like, what happened to the Grizzly hockey men? Like, the
Yeah.
I know.
You know what I
Like
mean? What happened to
Elias
that?
Pettersson on Vancouver Canucks.
They're a bunch of young, fresh-faced kids. They ain't hockey players.
No.
They haven't been in one bar brawl yet.
Oh, heck no. If they did, it was over some girl.
Did you see the prodigy Connor Bedard, who went to Blackhawks? He broke his jaw, and now he's out for like 3 or 4 months.
It's just a little smack on the wrist. He'll be all right.
Really?
Yeah,
He'll be fine.
he would be fine. Like,
But he'll come back and do it again.
but like you said, he's a little snowflake. All these new guys are little snowflakes. Like, come on.
Oh, man.
That's what always made me laugh was like, like a guy in hockey, he'll get a puck to the head, and he's got like 6 stitches above his eye or something like this, and he'll sit on the bench, and the doc will stitch him up on the bench,
Yeah.
and he will not miss his next shift. But if you got 2 baseball players who are dashing back and forth and they bonk heads together, they're both out for like 2 months because they're just
It's
just
an
feeling so
injury.
depressed.
It's an injury ploy.
But it's like, oh
just
my
going to
God,
work and going off
what's
sick
just
and you're not
happened?
really sick. Yeah, but it's like those guys have to be athletes, so the only way that you could really call off is to be sick or hurt. So if you're not really sick, they're gonna know. So
Yeah.
just injure yourself or act like you're injured, and you get free vacation time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
still get paid for it.
I mean, I'm just wondering how that dude's gonna feel when he gets hit with that fine.
Yeah.
When you get into the fights in there, you get fined for that crap.
Yeah, there's one. Who's it? Not
I'm sure.
Nylander. Who's the Leafs were playing? Was it the Blues the other night when the Leafs had an empty net and
Oh, I heard him.
and the guy came down and he the other team player he scored, but he did a slap shot into the net, and the Leaf who was chasing him down the ice responded with a cross check to the head and then a flurry of punches, and just for him, like, why did you bother slap shotting into the net? You could have just poked it and it would have gone,
Yeah.
And it was a guaranteed goal, but the fact that he reacted the way he did, and I agree with it. I mean, that was not.
Well, you don't need to do that shit.
Like, you don't need to cross check a guy in the head and then beat the shit out of him on the ice in front of everybody before the refs can even get to you. Like, this guy was turtled right up.
That's what
But,
happens when you play with dynamite, man. It goes
well, that's
boom.
it. You know.
You know what I mean, dude?
Yeah.
You play with that stick of dynamite, you're gonna get hurt, bud. What
Mm.
it's the thing is too is like people forget like it takes that to end a life,
Mm.
literally, accidentally.
Well,
It takes the snap of a finger. It's done.
Yep.
And really, a lot of damage can be done from the time the ref is over there to the time they get to you. A lot
Mhm.
of damage can really be done. Body gear on or not, you can still
Mm.
do a lot of harm. So
Well, did you hear about that?
Yeah, that's why he's going up in front of the tribunal now for
oh shit.
what he did.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's gonna
And
get fined and all that.
because it was totally uncalled for. He wasn't even expecting it. Like he was just he was coming around like this, and Buddy came up behind him and right at the base of the skull.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's just,
a cheap shot, bud.
yeah, that's wrong.
That deserves a team ganging up on his ass.
Mhm.
He probably just
They did. The teams piled on the
I'm
ice. It was
sure they
quite
should
fun.
have. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you'd be a bunch of chumps if you didn't do anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, probably just ended his career with that kind of move.
Right?
Joseph Nolan goes Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, no, this is way beyond Happy Gilmore, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Cheap shot
Yeah.
almost killed a man. Yeah, it's a bit different. But I mean, all warranted. I mean, all things aside, if somebody asks for an ass kicking, dude, and they get it, that's warranted. Like,
Sure.
I'm sorry, I don't care who feels upset about that. Like, if somebody asks to get hit or asked to fucking get their ass kicked, and they get it, they got what they asked for.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to win stupid prizes. I guess don't do stupid things.
Mhm.
I try to
Yeah.
tell the kids that every day nowadays. I'm like, listen, you don't want to win stupid prizes. Don't do stupid things.
Mhm.
They get a kick out of it.
It's the same as the F around and find out. You
Exactly.
know?
My Wi-Fi is horrible tonight, I guess. It must be me chopping up, isn't it?
Yeah, because
I think so,
everything's
'cause
running
you were-
smooth on our end. You're coming
were
across
chopping up
smooth,
earlier.
but everything's running smooth on my end.
They're
You got a storm
watching
coming
me.
in, Remy?
I can hear them demons. They're watching me. That's why my computer's all glitchy. That's why my phone acting all glitchy. I know y'all listening. I think I'm dumb. Hey, bro, I've been knowing y'all listening, dude. It's funny, you start posting things about Biden and then your phone and your computer start slowing down on internet access and all of that.
Yeah, because there's so much stuff that's connected to see what you're posting, what you're typing,
Exactly.
what's
They're
going on,
watching like crazy.
who you're
bro.
calling, who you're talking to,
Oh,
what you're
yeah.
saying.
You know, I'll tell you, I found an interesting thing happen when I was down in Arizona last time. Because my morning routine is I get up, I have a couple cups of coffee, and I look at international news. And I look at London Times, I look at German Deutsche Welle, I look at Sky News, you know, just see what's going on. And anytime I clicked on anything that had to do with the United States, Joe Biden, Donald Trump thing, anytime, I automatically, the first ad that popped up was Obama and Joe Biden asking for donations. And now I'm back in Canada. And I do exactly the same thing every morning. I get up every morning. I have a coffee. I look at the news, the European news first, because that's telling me what happened, you know, before now. And I don't get those ads. So Google, in my opinion, is complicit.
Yep. Fake news.
Would you please not mention that name? I'm getting knocks at the door. Roger that.
Will you?
I got to go find where's my Ronald Reagan shirt? It says I smell commies. Sarah, where is that T-shirt? It's been in the laundry for how long? I don't know. It's my laundry. Yeah, they all do their own laundry. They don't do their dad's laundry for them. I'm lucky if I get a couple pairs of underpants a day coming back out of the stream. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Okay, tomorrow I want to wear my I Smell Commies T-shirt when I go across the American border.
Or are you going tomorrow?
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
Charlie, you're going to work soon, man.
Yep.
Nice. Jim, did you get me a job yet?
No.
Damn it.
Get your own dang job.
I got a job, but it sucks.
Oh, I know. I'm just messing with you. Dude, actually, it's kind of cool with this community because, I mean, there's a lot of guys out here that actually have mines and stuff like that. That is like our dream thing that we're doing right now and want to do. Like, there's people out there that need workers on their mines and stuff, bro. There's people out there, bro.
100%.
This can open doorways to a huge amount of opportunities. Like, never in my life did I think I'd be going to Alaska for a work job. You know what I mean? Like, I thought like I wouldn't even be able to go there just to visit. So,
when are you heading up to Alaska, Remy?
They're finishing up the Lowe's building. I'm waiting for them to get my little like module box thing built up over there. I call it my module box.
But it's his living quarters.
Yeah,
your living quarters?
Yep, my little shoebox. He's got my shoebox built up there. They're not done yet though. They're on Lowe's finishing that off over in Anchorage.
Okay.
So looks like
so once you're done that, what are you going to do? Oh, he's
like
froze. He's froze again.
So it's soon.
What are you doing after Alaska there, Remy?
But once you get past that, I think you were saying you were doing construction work up there. Yeah, you froze up. We didn't hear most of what you said. You're doing some construction thing there at the Lowe's thing. But then you're going to work at a mine site or?
No, I had somebody else offer me a job that had a medium-sized mine, the strip mine they were working. I had an offer to go and apply and go over to a place there, but that was a bit south. That was more towards Anchorage, and I really didn't want to be down that way. I don't like the city too much, unless I got a race there. You know what I mean? That's about it. But he's got that up there. I mean, there's a lot of people up there that need help. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that work in areas like Alaska and stuff where you can't find a lot of workers. You know what I mean? There's locals and they're basically pretty set up, self-sufficient. It's kind of hard to find new workers that are skilled to come in and take new types of jobs that locals really don't want to mess with.
Mm-hmm.
So, and honestly, when you think about it, roofing in Alaska is not an easy job, period. Like, roofing's normally a tough job.
Yeah, a good buddy of mine does roofing here in Northern Ontario, and I can
it's labor intensive, you know, but then again, it's labor intensive plus even more danger added to the mix because it's now weather conditions that normally here down in the States, we wouldn't even get up on that dang roof, bud. I'd go up there to shovel my roof off and get the heck off it. That's it. I wouldn't even want to do that. I'd try to get it half clean with a rake or something before I got up there, you know? Yes, sir. Love the shirt.
I smell. Oh, can you see the commies underneath the Ronald Reagan there? There we are.
Yeah,
I smell commies.
Your world-renowned geologist is
you got your
covering it up.
World-renowned geologist in a way.
That's an awesome shirt, though.
His shirt said, "I
Right.
smell world-renowned geologist."
No, it says I smell. Well, I'd be quietly pleased if Ronald Reagan would say that, but
Yeah.
I smell commies.
Yeah, that's the way to go around here. Is the metal roofs? They clean themselves.
Yeah, that's what I got online.
It puts its lotion in its basket, you know.
Or it gets the hose again.
It gets the hose again.
Can't wait for it to start
I'm just
warming up
now
again.
I'm just now noticing William E. over in the chat. He goes, "Will you please not mention that name? I'm getting knocks on the door."
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, I'll stop saying that.
I thought you were saying that, dude.
Yeah, no. I was responding to Bill there.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, Joseph Nolan says, my roofs are metal and pitched. I no longer climb on roofs. Yeah, there's metal roofs that are pitched up there, but these guys have to tie off and like try to clear the roof off before repairing it. But these guys have to clear the roof, put a bubble over the roof, inflate it, then go in and clean material off. So I mean, there's no getting around being on a snow-covered slick roof, you know?
That's a lot more complicated, yeah.
Especially on pitches or dormers or in the valleys and stuff. That's not going to be easy to keep your footing while you're at a pitched angle trying to stand on wet stuff. That's why they just cover it in a bubble to try and keep the temperature a little warmer in there. They can't spray foam at a certain temperature. I can't remember what temp he said. But you can't spray the foam spray in there at a certain temp.
I think it's like -13 is the lowest. Somewhere in there or something. Because otherwise it doesn't set up right.
What do you got going on down there?
Me?
Well, I was talking about the work.
Oh, in theory, coming with me to
Yeah.
yeah, we got a bunch of stuff going on. We got about 1,000 feet of quarter cut, and but then more importantly, we got a bunch of gold veins that we got to channel sample with a rock saw, like a still. It's like a chainsaw, but it's got a circular blade, and you feed it water.
Is it like a dado blade? Wide?
No, it's
No.
more like a masonry blade. Like
A masonry blade,
stone-cutting
yeah.
blade, but
Yeah.
A skinny blade. Okay.
Yeah, and
it's the diamond
you
blade
cut-
with the water
you
jet.
cut two parallel lines about 1.5 inches, 2 inches apart,
Oh, take
and
a
then
slab.
you get in there with a chisel and you just bonk and you knock off a slab.
Yep.
And you cut right across the whole thing, and it acts like a drill hole. Us geologists, we treat that like a drill hole because you have like you start, say, up on the hanging wall side in the waste rock, right? So you get from 0 feet to 3 feet, 0 feet being the starting point, right, to 3 feet in the waste rock. So in theory, that should run no gold.
Right.
But if the gold is bleeding off, you're going to read it, and then you go across the vein, separate the vein out by different. If the edges are
you'll see
fine
different
grained,
things.
the inside's
Yeah.
coarse grained, whatever, you separate it out by that. So you go from 0 to 3, say 3 to 4, coarse grain with sulfides, or fine grain with sulfides, 4 to 6, coarse grain quartz, bull white, nothing in it,
Mhm.
and then 6 to 7, fine grained with sulfides, whatever. you take that sample, and then 7 to 10 in the footwall, right? And you take that sample, and you can use that exactly like a drill hole, except your drill hole, we treat it as horizontal. And then based on the assay results we get from those, we can then take, well, okay, here's your vein, and you've taken 4 or 5, channel samples along it. Here's the assay results you got. Then we can start figuring out how many ounces per ton you have, how many tons you have, right? Down to a depth, because you're dealing with a surface. So about the deepest I go is 45 feet, but I think I'll just go 30 on this one. And we could say, okay, so now you have a resource of, let's say, 50,000 ounces or something like that, right? So that's a starting point where they can then go to the market and say, hey, listen, we've shown that we've got this much gold at surface from this. Therefore, we want to raise $2 million to drill underneath it and start expanding on that resource. And that's the whole plan. Yeah. And that's how you do it. And you do it just little bites at a time. The whole concept about finding the mother lode all at once is, that's a pipe dream. And very few people ever do it. But
better luck having pigs.
you nibble at it.
What do you call that?
And
Police helicopter?
increase the excitement, get that word out to the investors. The investors buy more stocks. The price of the stocks goes up. People see that and they invest. So that's the whole idea.
Prospecting. Hello.
Yo, Hobo Rob in the house.
Yeah.
Howdy. William said your ears are nice and clean. Travis.
I think he's taking a phone call.
No. He said his ears are pretty clean.
Yeah, his ears are pretty clean.
Mine look like a scene from Jumanji.
We got the thumb down on it.
Before you sit down. Too late.
Too late.
Want another beer? Do you want a wafer next to it?
No, thank you.
I am gonna sign out and try to sign back in because this is starting to drive me nuts.
All right, you have the link, so
Yeah, I'll just come back up here in a minute.
You've been pretty stable so
All right.
far. Thank
Yeah,
you.
my end, it's horrible. They're listening. They're listening and watching, y'all. Be mindful. All right, I'll be right back.
Big Brother's always watching.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't want to let me leave now.
There it goes.
There he goes. Where's the rest of the gang? Where's Joe and?
I don't know.
I know Jericho has been on the road for almost 40 hours in the last 3 days, so he's probably sawing logs in bed right now. But
where's he at?
He had to do some big road run to pick something up and then drive home. He sent me a message saying he was it was 37 and a half hours
Oh, holy shit!
on the road. Reg! Late but here. Shoot Reg the link. Or I could shoot it to him, I guess, on my phone.
406 is here. He usually doesn't come backstage until the end of the show.
Only because he doesn't like to wear pants on the lives.
Oh, we're supposed to wear pants?
I'm not wearing mine.
Hope you are. I'm right here.
You know, my daughter says, I hope you are. I'm right here. You've only seen me get up and down like, what, 4 times?
Visual I do not want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Who needs pants? They're overrated.
That's right.
There's Reg.
Good evening.
There he is. Evening, Reg.
How's it going?
Fair to Midland,
It's
man.
going.
Yourself?
Been busy. Got a new house guest. My goddaughter has come to live with me.
Oh, good.
She's passed out right now behind me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll try not to talk too loud then.
Well, I've got the headset.
Oh, okay. Wake up! God damn it!
Earthquake test.
Yeah, we were watching some movie that just come out. Trying to remember what it's called here. Madam Web.
Madam
Really?
Web.
Heard it.
Don't know.
Yeah, it's a really interesting movie.
Oh,
That's the main character, Dakota Johnson. That's the woman I was telling you about today when we were waiting for Peggy at Starbucks.
okay.
She is supposed to be the female version of Spider-Man.
Ah,
That's why
There
it's
you go.
called Madam Web.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be female Spider-Man.
Kinda, yeah.
spider chick.
Basically. That
Basically.
and 3 teenagers that end up becoming Spider-Women.
Okay.
So they become actual women?
Because it's not just cool to have Spider-Man. You got to have, 4 spider chicks.
Well, it's the multiverse now with Marvel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Marvel has gone the way of Disney. Everything is multiverse this and multiverse that, and you gotta have 20 different types of the same character.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Blame Thanos.
Yeah. Blame Thanos. Exactly.
I'm back.
Hello, Remy.
Hey, I'm here to stir some trouble up. What's up, y'all?
Hey, remember, whoever stirs the shit pot has to lick the wooden spoon.
Oh, I don't taste my own food. It's not for me. Different quality ingredients.
Hey, in my house, I'm a master chef. I can take a turd and turn it into a 5-star dinner.
Heck
There
yeah,
you
dude.
go.
You never know. You'd be thanking. I'd probably be thanking myself for that nice turd dish too. Yeah, I'd be like, dude, this is pretty good. I'm thinking, yeah, you go ahead and keep on eating that.
But that old geologist joke,
It's meatloaf.
that old geologist joke, you keep cooking until guys complain about your meal. And this one dude, he keeps cooking and he cooks pretty good, so nobody complains, and he's getting sick and tired of cooking. So one day he makes a moose shit pie, and one of the guys takes a bite of it and he's like, man, this tastes like moose shit. But it's the best damn moose shit I've ever had in my life.
There's a golden moose nugget right there.
Yo,
Wow.
that's a legit
We all know where those come from.
Golden Flake moose turd. Genuine Alaskan moose turd. Found the golden nugget.
When my wife first came to Canada from Mongolia, we the house we were renting at the time, we had this big pine tree in the backyard, and it had never been taken care of, and the branches came all the way down to the ground, and the backyard was kind of swampy and that kind of thing. So I went out and I trimmed the branches up and, let the sun get to the ground and kind of stuff. And she was out there and she came in one day with this little handful of rabbit turds. And she says to me, Jimmy, what are these? There's all over underneath the tree. There's these small round balls. And I said, babe, that's rabbit poop. And she dropped them like that in the house. And I'm like, okay, now we
Now we got to clean them up out of the
now
house.
we got to pick them up. But she had no idea what they were. But she had seen them, and it was interesting. And it was like, what is this? We don't see this in Mongolia. Like, what? Yeah, babe, that's rabbit poop.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Grandma Kelly, how you doing?
Good evening, Grandma Kelly.
Probably
Hi,
could have asked.
Grandma Kelly.
Probably could have asked her where the Easter Bunny went to the bathroom.
Yeah, well, that's it. We know where it went, underneath the tree. Right
That was where he went.
right up until I cut the lower 4 feet of branches off it to get a little sun in there.
It's when you tell her it's next year's Easter eggs.
Oh God.
Yeah, I've heard that.
They haven't grown yet.
Easter egg seeds.
They need Miracle Grow too.
Yeah, we got about 15 minutes left in the show for tonight, and then we're probably going to call it and head backstage. I
Grandma.
dropped the link a few times in chat there. If anybody would like to come up and join us, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I would have been up sooner, but we were watching that movie and she ended up passing out during it. So
It's all fine. You still showed up. I mean, even if people watch it later, it's still views and stuff like that. So it's all good. You came up,
yeah.
you joined us, you're hanging out. That's all that matters.
Reg, you remember not a couple now, probably 5-6 years ago now, I told you about the time my wife was stuck in China on her visa thing.
yeah.
And I had taken the kids all on the big tour from Thunder Bay all around down southern Ontario, and we're up at the family cottage at Golden Lake and stuff outside of Ottawa. And up there, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no nothing,
Right.
And so we got the DVD, and my kids watched, amongst other movies, but they watched Moana like 100 times. Right? And it was like, it drove me up the wall. And they were all at that time, they're all like, 8, 9,
Right.
7, 8, 9 years old. And it drove me up the wall, but they were just totally into it. They watched this thing all the time. And now just the other day, I heard Disney Plus has come out with Moana 2. And my
Yep.
daughters have both been saying, Dad, we have to watch this together. And I'm like, I will be damned if I go anywhere remotely close to that video.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
I don't know.
You're even watching it and you remember the words, eh?
I can sing those songs because I've heard them so many times.
I have a similar experience with another Disney movie that the kids were completely obsessed about when it came out. And at the time they were little, so they would watch it all the time. It was Frozen.
Yeah. Frozen's just as
Yeah,
bad.
Jenna loves Frozen.
Let it
My
go,
eight-
Charlie. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Fuck.
Yep, you're just
Want to
Enough.
build a snowman?
Enough.
my grandfather
Yeah.
and my great uncle Jimmy always used to remind me when I was younger that it's easy to not listen to the youngins because they let it go in and one out the other, and I never understood what that is, but it's kind of like the parental like turn off or mute button. They could literally be talking right to you. You're not knowing what they said, none of it, because you know half of what they're saying is a bunch of funny business. You're just like, okay, yeah, okay, that's cool. Then you got the thing playing all day long, dude. She's even got the dresses from the Frozen. She'll come out here with the freaking wigs on, with the dress on and everything else.
Mine too, dude.
Yep.
They've got
Yeah.
all the Halloween dresses and everything like they
Oh
whole-
yeah.
the whole kit.
Well,
Yeah.
she was Ariel. She was Ariel this Halloween. She was mermaid, which is surprising. She picked it. You know what I mean? She wanted to be a mermaid, so I was like, all right, you can be Ariel. But yeah, normally it's Frozen this, Frozen that.
My
Barbie
son's
this,
currently
Barbie that.
obsessed with Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah,
If you
that's
guys have seen that.
yeah. I've seen all of those as well.
Yeah, my son is addicted to that monkey. He runs around the house yelling,
Oh,
Steve, Steve, Steve.
Tell you a funny one. When I owned my house down in Mississauga, which is just west of Toronto, back in the late '90s, before I went up work at the Red Lake mine, I was actually home for Halloween. So because I worked all over the world at that time, but I magically I was home for Halloween. And so I went out and I bought a bunch of candy for the kids. And there was all these little girls showing up in these beautiful little white dresses and everything, and like with a magic wand and everything.
Yep.
I'd say, are you a princess? And they would say, no, I'm the fairy godmother. And then I'd ask the next one, like, are you a princess? No, I'm a fairy godmother. Oh, no, okay. And then finally, I asked this was like the fifth or sixth little girl that showed up in a white dress. I'm like, oh, you must be a fairy godmother. And she says, no, I'm a princess. You can't win for losing, right?
Right.
My son went out as Harry Potter for Halloween this year. Wingardium Leviosa.
I was just going to show you. You brought up Princess this, that, the other. Well, I went and picked up Jenna one of those Valentine's bears, and it says Princess on the heart. And I went to go get it to show you because you had just mentioned that. But she's actually sleeping with it and has the bear's holding on her cup. So
Okay, there. You better just let.
I'm
Let
gonna
it-
leave her alone.
Let it go, man. Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
406
my God.
cake and also a balloon because she will let it go. She's not feeling good tonight. She got sick at school, had to come home early. She got
Oh,
sick
no.
again after dinner.
Uh-oh.
Stomach bug season, changing of the weather.
I don't know, dude.
I've
I've been getting smoked.
Dude, you know how weird it is that there is no snow on the ground here in Wisconsin?
Bizarre up here too, Charlie.
We got about an inch of snow today.
Yeah, but like
It came down in
usually
about an
around this
hour.
time of the year, there's like 4 feet of snow out on
That's
the
it.
ground.
Yeah, I'm used to 5-6 feet of snow here, and there's 2
There's
inches.
nothing. We're gonna be screwed for like moisture or water
Oh,
come
yeah.
the spring.
Yeah.
We just had probably a Oslo fart over here today. And just a little dusting, a quarter inch, nothing.
For
No.
Yeah, we had a
while
little
there
dusting
today.
come through where it covered the snow, like the grass up for like an hour or two, and then it warmed up and it's gone now.
I couldn't see the
Oslo,
tree in
let
my
it go,
backyard
let it go.
today. It was coming down that hard.
Stop with the let it go, okay? Enough. I'm getting
Oslo, let that
I'm
snow
getting
go, let it go.
PTSD here with the let it go thing.
Let it go.
Charlie,
Go.
I'm gonna drop you off in Missouri.
Almost as bad as those acid flashbacks, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can walk home from Missouri.
Oh, that's a long way. Nice little hike.
Too funny.
Just find the nearest cow field, eat a couple
Just
of
tell
mushrooms.
them you're
You'll
here
have a fun
illegally,
walk.
bro. You just tell them you're here illegally at that time, dude. That's all. Just
Yeah,
find
that's right,
somebody.
No, as I said,
Hey,
you
it's
gotta
fine.
find.
we're all
Here
legal.
illegally.
That's
Yeah,
not an
this
issue.
time, if you get caught, Charlie, just tell them you're here illegally and no habla inglés, and you'll get a free bus ticket, and you'll be fine, dude.
That's right. Speak to him in Afrikaans.
I
Yeah.
can't forstani. Ik praat niet Engels.
Honestly, if I were Charlie, I would dress up as a leprechaun, eat some mushrooms, and just go gallivanting around the country.
Hey, you know why midgets don't run through the grass, right? Because it tickles their balls.
I haven't
I
seen
need a
that
safety
yet.
meeting for that one.
Oh yeah.
That was a bad joke to end the night on.
Too funny.
Well, in that
Sure.
case, leprechauns would be easy to find. They'd be giggling all the time. Hee 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 hee.
Yeah, why do you think they always laugh when they run?
I suppose there you go. Suppose that makes sense.
Oh, man. I never did get to the end of the rainbow, dude. That's some bullshit. How the hell do you get there?
Was flying along in a helicopter one time, and when you're up at altitude, a rainbow is actually a complete circle.
Mm-hmm.
And the pilot, Glenn Smith, at the time, he says, he says, I keep trying to go through them, he says, but I never make it. The laws of physics being what they are. But yeah, it was a beautiful sight to see.
Williams got that picture in my mind.
Once you get it in there, it'll never come out. That's the problem. I'm trying to ignore it. Trying hard to ignore it.
Just let it go.
Let it go. I'll just let it go. Let it go.
One of those moments where it's your saving grace, huh?
Oh my God.
It's been a funny end of the night.
You guys are the worst.
It's almost time to let it go.
I guess I came in at just the right time.
Oh my gosh.
Just in time to go off the rails.
My ribs are going to be sore tomorrow. Laughing. Too funny.
You know
Are you
the
going to
difference
punch her
between
off
a
there,
hormone
Charlie,
and an
or what?
enzyme, right?
What's that?
You know the difference between a hormone and an enzyme?
I've heard it before, but I can't remember the answer.
You can't hear an enzyme.
Okay. That's right. I remember now.
And
Off that.
as you can tell, we're not monetized tonight, so that's why the jokes are out.
Send it. Just let it go. Where's that wand? There you go. Let it go, buddy.
On that note, we're going to call it a night. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Remember to smash the thumbs up.
Have a great night, YouTube.
Now you
Take
too.
care, all.
Peace.
See you around.